Welcome to another late night white light oracle chit chat. This will be pretty brief because I need to get some sleep, but I miss you guys. I hope everybody is doing well, and thank you for spending some time with me. And we're going to start off with the prayer, per usual. Infinite Creator, dear Source, all that is, white light, we ask for your protection, we ask for your guidance, we ask for your remembrance. Thank you that we are one and we are not separated. There is only unity. Asking for divine protection, love, light, clarity to be revealed. I ask now to be a clear channel for the infinite creativity and intelligence. I ask to put aside my ego and ask for the clear message for the collective today. What does the collective need to know today? What do I need to know today? What do we need to know today? And I ask for only divine pure love to be here today. Any spirits in trickery or deceit be banished and removed. We call upon the Rose lineage, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, Jesus Christ. We call upon the pure sources, pure channels. Only divine love and light is welcome here. Thank you. And so it is. Amen. Alrighty. So let's see. Sorry, I just did a little off-camera shuffling here. Alana Fairchild. This is her White Light Oracle deck. It's my favorite one because it's about the heart. And to be honest, everything that I learn, it always comes back to the heart. So this is the card that I got. Karma of Kutuhala? Y'all correct me. I'm from the South. I don't know how to say that. Kutuhala. Whatever that is, y'all come correct me. We're going to look this up and get a little message here. How's everybody doing? I hope you're well. Thank you for your patience with everything. And really trying to catch up on my sleep, and I hope you guys have all been trying to get good rest. I feel like there's been so much craziness going on in this world. It really can affect you. You don't realize until you try to lay down and go to sleep and your brain just goes into overdrive. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I've been doing lately. So I decided to use my insomnia to come hang out with y'all, spread a little knowledge, spread a little love. So I'm going to read this because I think they did a beautiful job in outlining this. I hope you guys like it. And I hope you guys share with me what your interpretation is, because I would love to hear it. Alright. Karma of whatever that is. LOL. JK. Your sacred soul passion is powerful enough to shift the state of your inner reality and your outer experience. So commit to what truly ignites your heart and do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you are seeking to make a commitment, do so when it truly connects you to your heart. Follow your genuine, meaningful bliss. Know that no matter what appears to be, you shall prevail. You shall arise. Okay, so looks like a divine phoenix rising. That's what I'm getting. What about you guys? That's what I'm feeling. And I do have some crystals here, and just to let you know, this one is rose quartz to help keep us grounded in our heart, stabilize our energy. This one is an alabaster heart, again, keeping with the theme. And this is a selenite wand, so this is to keep the energy clear, pure. Alrighty, so just now that you guys all have an update on that. And this pretty much gets to the heart of everything that I've been thinking about lately. I've really been trying to focus on what my passion is, but not from an egoic sense, from my actual soul. And I feel like your soul passion it's something that always comes back. Like, it's something that it might not be popular to talk about in front of people. It might be something that you find that others find a little weird, a little eclectic, but it's something that just lights you up. And I really hope whatever that is for you, you find it and you share it with the world because we need it. Okay. And shifting the inner and outer reality. So that kind of, for me, gets to, I've been studying a lot of Neville Goddard lately. If anybody knows about him, drop him in the comments. Neville Goddard or Florence Nobleshin, and it pretty much gets to the heart of the matter, because if anybody listens to that song, the Michael Jackson song "Man in the Mirror," I hope everybody has heard that beautiful song. It kind of just reminds us to start with ourselves, and I am starting with myself because I know there's a lot of changes I want to see in my world, both individually and within the actual world. There's so many changes that I want to see, and I get really frustrated because I'm like, what can I do to change everything? I want to fight pollution. I want to fight this, that, the third. I want the world to be perfect. But we can get so frustrated if we think about everything in the world, because there's only so much we can do individually. But we can change ourselves, we can work on ourselves, and the outer will reflect that. Because this 3D world is just a reflection of our thoughts and our emotions, there's some other layers going on there, but essentially we can control our thoughts and our emotions. And by control, I don't mean spiritual bypassing. Like, if you need to grieve, of course, you got to feel that. But once you actually are honest with yourself and you feel whatever your feelings are, then you can kind of get to the other side. Abraham Hicks really goes into that a lot, and anybody who wants to talk about any of those more, just let me know. But let's go back to this, and thank you for your patience. Okay. So do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. And this world will make you, it will try you, because you might think it's going to give you resistance to where you feel like maybe it's not working. You're doing your affirmations, you're writing in your journal, whatever it is you do to try to do your inner work. There's going to be a lag time or resistance, and it's going to test your faith. But do not be dissuaded by anything or anyone. If you're seeking to make this commitment, so we have to go back to our heart. What's in our heart? Because there's a desire that was planted in your heart by the divine, by the creator, by your higher self, that which you really are, beneath all these layers. And we have to connect to their meaningful bliss. So there's things that might make you temporarily happy, but your true bliss is something, to me, it's kind of like your dopamine system, but what it should be, because society has kind of hijacked our dopamine system and made us crave artificial things that don't really satisfy us. It's usually will numb you out or distract you, or maybe even just like a little temporary something, but your soul is still craving something. And so we have to find that which gives us meaningful bliss, like the kind of happiness only your soul can inspire you to. So, and we're going to prevail. So it's kind of like with Neville Goddard, where he says, live in the end. We have to live in the end. We have to live in our success. Success can only be defined by ourselves. Your success and my success is two different things, but we're still going to get there. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Ultimately, we're all going to get to that finish line. But the hare is, if you try to go too fast, your ego might trick you into thinking that you can just skip everything. But the tortoise knows, yes, it's going to go slower to a certain extent, but sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes we need to take the scenic route. So we'll figure it out. All right. Oh, what book is that? This is the White Light Oracle Guidebook by Alana Fairchild, and this is from her deck, Enter the Luminous Heart of the Sacred. So I hope that answers your question. And I shuffled the deck. There's many cards underneath here. I had shuffled the deck, and this was the one that came out. It's kind of like Divine Phoenix Rising, if you ask me, but you can have your own interpretation. There you go. And welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. Kutuhala is a Sanskrit term that translates as that which excites wonder. Hello, hello, hello. Even if it doesn't seem like it will lead us anywhere practical, following our bliss can allow for something beautiful and deeply fulfilling to unfold. We often pursue what is sensible and secure. Yet, what could be more appropriate, or divinely and delightfully inappropriate, than pursuing a path so intoxicating, so fascinating, so utterly mesmerizing to the spirit, that no matter what challenges arise, you feel so much love and commitment and passion you shall not turn away. That is the stuff of potential greatness. We call it being led by our hearts. Kutuhala is permission to do just that. The shadow side, or unconscious pursuit of Kutuhala, is seen when we chase our bliss in such a way that nothing genuine ever gets a chance to mature. We might be lured by greener grass and chase after every new possibility, like a butterfly flitting from place to place. That doesn't involve the heart, but rather the restless mind, which acts from fear and avoidance, rather than using passionate devotion as its foundation. Let me see. One crystal rounded on the edge. This is a rose quartz, and it's rounded because it kind of, so you can go on different YouTube channels and look up how the shapes of crystals affect the function. The point usually is to help focus energy in a particular way. I just like this rose quartz in particular because rose quartz for me always gets back to the heart. That's for me personally. And obviously this one is in the shape of a heart and it's alabaster. This one is selenite. And again, this one is a wand, but it's really for like focusing energy. It's really good if you're doing any kind of Reiki work and you need to be a little bit more detailed. I'm not going to go into that tonight because I would like to sleep. It's pretty late over here and I would like to go to bed. Gnostic. Yeah, well, there is, so let's see. Yeah, you can look that up for yourself. It doesn't say Gnostic anywhere, but the term Gnostic is pretty much like getting your information from within. So if that's what you mean, sure. Cults. I wouldn't agree to that, but you're entitled to your opinion. Jesus is King, Lord of Lords. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. So, if this isn't your vibe, I do hope that you can go to a community that better fits you. Jesus is welcome here. Yeah. Every being that's in truth and light and love is welcome here. So, but yeah, you're totally free to go find your own community if you don't feel welcome here, but you are welcome here. So, anywho, I'm gonna keep on with what we're doing. The commitment that emerges out of true Kutuhala is not about clipping one's wings, but about growing them and learning how to fly skillfully. Without commitment, one takes a leap, tries to fly, fails, and rather than going through the process again and again until there's understanding that leads to mastery, One tries to ride a bike, or surf, dance, teach, heal, or innumerable other things, never giving any chance to settle and evolve. There is inherent wisdom in Kutuhala. Let yourself be truly excited and inspired. Allow yourself to stumble, to not know, to become the holy mess that precedes sacred rebirth. When your attraction is deep and soulful, you will have the capacity to stay the course, even through difficulties. Don't allow the ego to tell you that the struggle must be a sign a path isn't right for you, and thus drag you away in search of a substitute paradise. All right. The Oracle of Karma of Kutuhala can relate to those times when you are just discovering the path, feeling inexplicably fascinated by something, and are encouraged to explore just what the true nature of that fascination could be. Then the karma of wonder is guiding us to fulfill the deepest longings of our soul and attain spiritual freedom in the process. We often think of karma as negative, but positive karma is our connection to guiding grace, the soul's delight that empowers us to live with joy and rapture. We can cultivate positive karma in the way that we live our life, from the heart with forgiveness, a sense of worth and gentleness in our hearts. This oracle guides you towards spiritual empowerment, your ability even today to create something positive, gracious, and loving. What ways of being and which practices would enhance your ability to be a generator of positive karma this lifetime? Small steps can lead to great accomplishment where we stick to a path. Be patient in your passion and you shall go far. This oracle encourages you to recognize that in its own inimitable way, spirit is practical. It just tends to go via the deliriously rapturous, astonishing, and deeply healing route. Trust what you love and let your heart lead you. You and your life shall become luminous, sanctified in the grace of alchemical transformation. An unexpected and miraculous arising is at hand. Healing process. Take a moment to consciously connect with your breath. Breathe in and out slowly and deeply, allowing the breath to naturally lengthen, and perhaps even allow for pauses on each side of the inhalation and exhalation. Place a hand on your heart and say the following aloud. And I'm just going to place it on this crystal heart. I call upon my heart. I call upon the heart wisdom of sacred passion and higher purpose. May I be graced with the discernment to recognize what is true, valuable, authentic, and genuinely purposeful in my life. May I release all else with a sense of humor and willingness to recognize that I have learned something useful. I allow myself to be inspired rather than frightened by the passions of the heart. I choose to learn from what I love and be led through what inspires and excites me. I trust the passion in my heart is the same passion the universe has for me, and that the inspired, excited, and curious feelings are cosmic breadcrumbs leading me along my rightful path. May all beings be guided lovingly to fulfill their highest divine destiny. Allow yourself to see, sense, or feel a light within your heart. It is playful, excited, and curious. When your mind or feet alight upon something relevant to your soul journey, your heart tingles with spiritual electricity. It lights you up from within, leaving you feeling as though anything is possible, and there is an endless path of creativity, beauty, sacred and deeply healing and liberating for you to explore and share. Tune into that feeling, knowing it is safe to trust it. When you are ready, place both your hands at your heart and just acknowledge your own heart as being a beautiful and sacred instrument for which you are grateful. You have completed your healing process. Yay! So, I'm curious as to what you guys got from that. I think for me personally, I have been a little bit all over the place, kind of wanting to do everything. And this kind of reminds me to pick pick a lane, pick something, and kind of just allow myself to actually learn and grow from it. And also just to let my heart kind of be like a compass, because sometimes we can get really caught up with what's logical, what seems like the right thing, kind of that, what do other people think? What do other people want? What would other people say? And it can be really distracting, honestly, and it can be very overwhelming. But I think when we calm down, when we really connect to our own heart, then we can know what's best for us. Because the truth is, as much as other people might want the best for you, for us, they don't really know what's best. They don't know what's best. It's a personal thing between us and the divine, and the middle point is our heart. So, and your intuition can tell you what's in your heart. You know, your feelings. It's very intimate. It's very personal, and it just kind of reminds us to allow that to be a mystery, because sometimes we want to prove to other people we're doing the right thing, that we're good enough. We just kind of we want other people to be proud of us. We want to be proud of ourselves. But ultimately, you'll know that you're on the right path if you are happy with what you're doing, if you're proud of yourself. Because trying to chase success in this world is it's possible. I actually heard this very funny story. It's not funny, but I heard this funny story of this guy, and he made so much money. He had this really, really nice fancy sports car. He was driving on the street, and he just felt really cool, had his windows, music going and everything. He stopped at the red light, and there was this family right next to him, and he stopped and he looked at them, and the family was laughing. They were all like just having a great time in their little cheap car, and he thought he was so much better than them because he had this fancy car and his life was so great, he thought, until he saw them, and he realized, like, for him, his life was actually empty, because he wanted what they had. He wanted what he couldn't buy, and that was family, friendship, love, like people who love them. So you'll know when you feel actually at peace. And it's a moving target because sometimes we can get something and you do actually have a bit of peace, but then maybe the goal does change a little bit. So maybe you have to learn how to juggle and integrate more things. For example, funny enough, I can kind of relate to that one story. Not that I thought I was better than anybody, but at one point in time when I was working a more traditional kind of job and I had a certain amount of money, I kind of was like hoping to feel like, oh, I made it. Did I finally make it yet? Am I there yet? But yeah, I also saw families and I was like, that's something I wish I had. This coming from somebody who was always like, I'll just be the aunt. I'll be a cool aunt. That's all I need to do. I don't need or want anything more than that. But no, after actually seeing families, I was like, well, no, I do want that. And then my life changed a little bit. I decided I wanted kids. I got kids. I'm so grateful for them. I love my kids. It is exhausting, but I love my kids. And yeah, and so now I'm figuring out what's next. So now trying to figure out how can I be a great mother, and how can I still have something for myself, in terms of how can I still explore the things that I love to explore, my passions, and also how can I share that with the world. So this is my way of doing that. I appreciate any and everybody who is here, and you guys tell me, what are you guys working on now? Where has the goal shifted for you? Have you ever gotten anything and then you felt like inspired to have something else? All right. Well, I appreciate you guys being here tonight, or whatever time it is in your neck of the woods. I'm going to draw one more card, kind of out of curiosity. I'm not actually going to read the guidebook for it, though. And just see if anything else comes up. And again, these are oracle cards. The difference between, well, hopefully you guys. So tarot has a particular, tarot is like, it has particular archetypes, like the Empress, the Emperor, the Fool, etc. Oracle cards can be more about any topic, this particular topic being white light oracle. A little bit more open-ended, I think. I love the tarot too. I just haven't learned how to officially read it yet. And I don't want to do that to you guys. Practice a little bit more with it. This one seems good. Bastet of 174 hertz. Okay. I've been feeling a lot of feline energy lately, so maybe this one is for me, but does this spark anything for you guys? I know it's hard to see with the lighting, but the deck's actually mostly just sepia tones, like white, but the eyes here are actually kind of green and gold and brown. It's very cool looking. And to me, kind of the feline energy just reminds me of the divine feminine. Because like if you ever think about cats, they don't just come up to any and everybody unless they're a certain kind of stray cat. But most of them, they have boundaries. They're kind of aloof. They don't go chasing you. Cats just kind of have that mysterious aura. And I kind of think we're coming as a collective more into our divine feminine energy. We're kind of allowing our wild, creative selves to come free. So I hope that you guys go off and find something that sparks your heart, full of joy. Remember, you're the divine phoenix rising. Your heart's going to tell you what's right for you. All is well, and if it's not right now, it will be eventually. And embrace your independence, embrace your mystery, embrace everything that makes you you. There's a particular there's a particular energy reader. Her name is Holly. Her channel is Holly Speaks with Spirit, and she says, "You have a perfect soul." And I really love that quote, because no matter what you've been through, what you're going through, what you will go through, because we did sign up for challenges in this lifetime, your soul is perfect. And that's your inner child. Your inner child is perfect and it's innocent, and you're perfectly loved. So take that and go be great. Have a good night. Love y'all. Bye-bye.